Svala used to be a mind control programmer and wrote a book, so I want to read something here. Most modern sophisticated groups that use mind control will produce their members through genetic manipulation. The state of genetic engineering is far beyond what the public realizes, and traits such as intelligence, strength, muscle mass, healing ability, and pain endurance, spiritual psychic ability, and phenotypes such as hair color and eye color have been genetically engineered for many decades. The genes and DNA can be purchased by smaller groups from the larger genetic labs. The largest and wealthiest groups have their own genetic labs. Once a new generation is produced, the birth mothers are implanted with multiple zygotes. Only one per birth mother will be allowed to live, but there will be several gene-identical individuals produced who are carried by their own birth mothers. In this manner, identical twins and triplets are produced who were carried in different wombs. When I did the video about recycle, reuse, repeat, somebody asked, can Takashi69 and Lil Kiyu be twins? Yes, I think they can be twins, triplets, etc. Balian Bushbomb is an open FTM, and when I saw this person, he reminds me of Adam Busby from Outdaughtered. They don't look exactly identical, but there is a similarity with them. And I find it strange that if they do come from a multiple birth, Adam is on a show where his wife gave birth to quintuplets, and no surprise that Balian used to be in the Olympics. Here's a set of triplets. They don't look 100% identical, but you know that they are siblings. Julian Casablancas has a twin, I think, named Adam Green. So they're not identical, but it's possible they come from a multiple birth, because when I saw pictures of Adam, I thought it was Julian. And they have a similar look to each other that makes me think there's a relation somewhere. And I think this can explain how they keep clones alive. Clones malfunction and break down, but if you have multiple zygotes, you don't have to keep making them. A young Kid Rock reminds me of Macaulay Culkin, and thankfully, I'm not the only one who's noticed this. Here's Kid Rock as a teenager. I think Macaulay got a nose job and plumped the lips and did the eyebrows to look different from Kid Rock. We've got quadruplets here. The two in the middle look identical, but the two on the outside don't. But you can see that they're related to each other. So these two, they're not really identical, but they have a strong resemblance to each other that they probably are multiples. They've got the same hair color. They're doing the same thing with their mouth. You look into the eyes, it's very similar. The nostrils turn up in the same manner. They both have these soft lips. I don't think it's the same person because in the Naughties, Kid Rock was a teenager and Macaulay Culkin was a child. A paparazzi snapped a recent photo of Macaulay Culkin. Look at this picture of Kid Rock on the right here. It says Macaulay Culkin looks like a rocker. Yeah, a kid rocker. This is exactly how Kid Rock dresses. The fedora hat, the sunglasses, the jacket on top of a t-shirt. And this is Macaulay's obviously inverted parents. Everybody knows that Paul McCartney was cloned and switched. Do you see the two at the bottom? How does it look exactly like Macaulay's father? It's like the island, it's a laboratory of clones. These two discover that they are clones and their originals are very wealthy and have grown them to harvest their organs. And if I remember correctly, there was a pregnant clone in the facility, so that's possible. They can have the clone carry the child. That's why you get celebrities that look like each other. And it's possible they use a twin or a triplet as the body double when you see pictures of them or in films. And then you've got the everyday people that just happen to look like a celebrity. I'm sure that's possible, but when we're talking about these people, I think they're letting you know without admitting it. Old school photo of a man when he was 13 has the internet in hysterics because he's the spitting image of Natalie Portman. It has since been shared more than 1.8 million times on Reddit. Well, that's not going to happen unless they wanted to. Shannon posted a photo of her boyfriend Cliff on her Reddit account, age 13. pointing out his uncanny resemblance to Natalie Portman, where I'll show you just how uncanny. The two photos were originally sent to Shannon by Cliff when they first began dating as a joke. Is that something people normally do? Both Cliff and Portman share olive skin and almost identical features, a delicate nose, defined cheekbones, and plump lips curved into an enigmatic half smile. Oh, you can tell somebody wanted to be a poet but got stuck reading for this online trash mag. They've got the same shaped eyes, the exact same eyebrows, and both have a mole on the cheek. I think this is a clone because Natalie is something like 20 years older than this boy, and they're telling you two things. It's a man and it's a clone. I'm not sure how much we can trust these images when they look exactly like somebody from the past. Somebody sent me this video a while ago. These are just crisis actors with their horrible acting skills. Look at that hand, how huge. Long, thick neck, looks like a chin implant. Oh, those hands are massive. It's like they play their part and then you don't hear from them again. I do think we are looking at egg mates and gender swapped egg mates as well. Now we have Chet Hanks, who is Tom Hanks' son. I think they switched this one out because he's a teen here and looks like Aaron Taylor Johnson, but now he's looking very different. And so he's promoting his singing career. He has a strong resemblance to Trey Kennedy, who was a Vine star. I think the people who had millions of followers on Vine are trans, and Trey was a singing Viner. They don't look 100% identical, but they bear a strong resemblance. Their features are very similar. I do think that the Vines was a setup as well. Like, where do these people come from? The similarity is so strong, I feel they came from a multiple birth. So, and that way they would be natural clones. Most people know about the Osmond family. They all look a bit weird. Jim Carrey, as a young person, looks like he came from that family. Victoria did a video on gender swaps and she used the Face app. So Joshua Jackson makes a pretty girl and to me resembles Lord. The eyebrow shape, the nose, the lip shape, but Lord has a very large square jaw, so they could be twins. Now we've got Rachel Weisz. As Rachel's gotten older, she looks like Marina Abramovich. And you know who else looks like Marina? That's what the Face app thinks Harvey Weinstein looks like. Jason Alexander was in Seinfeld. Would have been a pretty woman. As a girl, reminds me of Rachel Lee Cook. She was the business and the Naughties in 2000s. I don't think she's done much acting work, but look how similar they appear. Charles Shaughnessy was in Seinfeld as well. What a pretty girl. Also looks like Sarah Gilbert from Roseanne. They've updated Roseanne. The one on the right is Emma. And they say they look uncannily similar, but I think young Jewel State looks like Emma. And when I was searching for pictures of Jewel, I realized she looks like Diana Rigg, who allegedly died recently. Oh, look at this. Why they have the exact same nose, the exact same front teeth? Are they having a laugh? Look at this picture here. They both turn up the side of the mouth in the same way. It's like they look far too similar for this to be an accident. Jewel has the 60s hair and makeup. It's like they're laughing. They're throwing it in our face. What, do they fake their death and then come back after 40 years when the previous generation forgot who they were? The Twilight series had an actor named Nikki Reed. When I saw Nikki, I thought she was Shakira. Don't you think they look similar? They have the exact same teeth, the exact eyebrow shape. It looks like Shakira has a chin implant. So if it's not the same person, it definitely could be a twin. And to me, they look far too similar to be a coincidence. And then I found this. It says Jeff Mason looks like Prince William. They've got the same nose, but Jeff's eyes are far apart and William's are close together. And I think William looks like Nicholas Bostrom. I do think William is playing the part of this Swedish philosopher. When I look into Nick's eyes, I see Prince Charles's eyes. William is starting to look Nordic. He's looking very different than he did before. Looks like they've got the same hands here. They hold them in the same fashion. It could be prosthetics. Put a prosthetic nose on Nick, some fake teeth. But William's children do look like him, her, so it's possible his twin or clone is having these children because they look like William, but not like Kate. They've got the same hair color, their ears are identical, they went bald in the exact same way. The hairline on the left side of the head is identical. I think that's how they can switch them out, and they look slightly different. It's not always down to surgery. They're probably coming from a multiple birth and playing different people. There's not as many of these people as they want you to believe. This world is strange, man.